Welcome to part 8 of the 2-player pinball machine build. In this video, I'm going to add a large majority of the layout for the machine. Currently, the flippers and the plungers on both sides are done. With the addition of some barriers, a rough version of the game can be played. When the rubber bumpers get added to the flippers, the pinballs will react much differently. Okay, on to the layout. First, I started working on the piece at the top of the launch. The wall will be curved to send the pinballs onto the player's own side. I don't think it would be fair to send marbles to the opposite side. Players could just sabotage their opponent by sending all the marbles at once. I'm following this line for the curve as close as I can, but after doing some tests, I needed to make a slight adjustment to the end of the curve. It's working pretty well, but it needs to work well for both sides so I can use the same pattern. Lo and behold, it worked. So I finished marking up the wood to make a template. It's going to be multiple layers high, so there's no chance the marbles could hop over the wall. I cleared off my workspace and traced the template several times. I placed the 3 layers on the playing surface, but after looking at it for a bit, I decided to just use 2 layers. That's plenty high to keep the marbles in check, and doesn't obscure as much of the view. If I need to make it higher later on, I can do so either with those extra layers or with theming. Once the curves were attached, I tested them out. They worked great. You can see that the pinballs react slightly differently during each launch. Now, I move on to doing the main layout. I had previously cut 1.5" strips for this part, so using the marks on the playing surface, I marked and cut down the walls to fit. A majority of the ends needed to be mitered. For the ends near the flippers, I made sure to leave enough clearance for the rubber bumper. With some of the pieces in, I could finally do a real test with the flippers. I didn't put together the upper left corner. That whole section with the upper platform will be built later on. With one side done, it was really easy to mirror the layout on the other side. And of course, when that was put together, I had to test it out. Again, this is just the first stage of the layout. There's much more to build, but it's starting to look more and more like a pinball machine. The preliminary tests are going great. I'm trying not to put too much stress on the machine because none of the rubber bands or bumpers are on yet. Those bits won't be added until after a bunch of the painting has been done, so not until much later in the build. Alright, that's it for now. See ya.